Warning. This program contains coarse humor and a sense of language that some people might not share. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer dissection is not advised.
Well, I have to go. In a couple of minutes, I was standing at the square. The loudspeaker and some DJ equipment were installed near the monument, and the trees were decorated with string lights. A typical country ball. A lot of pioneers were around, but no familiar faces, so I just sat on the bench and waited. I don't have to dance it after all. Maybe I'll just be able to sit and chat with someone. Hey there, Sandface. Uliana. So, here to suggest something. Come on, let's dance. No, it's way too early. There isn't even any music yet. Ugh, you're so boring. Yeah, I'm not the merriest person for such an event. She ran away. So did Uliana wear something like that, like an evening dress? Pretty funny. Hi. Slaviana. Hey. She sat down by my side. How's the evening? Fine. Why are you so sad? I'm not. Okay, well, dancing will surely cheer you up. Maybe. Don't forget to save one dance for me. She laughed and ran towards the music equipment. The situation was getting serious. I wouldn't be able to sit through the whole dance party. Hi. Lena came closer. Oh, hi, you're here too. Is that such a wonder? Yes. Okay. Gonna light this party up? The joke fell flat. Lena blushed and looked down. Well, maybe that's not the best idea, setting things on fire. Okay, then I guess I'll... Yeah. She left. It looks like the whole camp was at the square. The pioneers formed large groups, talked, joked around, and laughed. At the DJ's panel, Uliana argued with Olga Dmitrievna about the playlist for the evening. And here it is. The music started to play. I didn't know the band or the song, but if you ask me, I really felt it had a Soviet pop classics. The pioneers just stood there for some time as if not hearing the music. It's always hard to make the first step, especially if you're pretty sure that you'll be the only one who will take it. Uliana seemed not to grasp that simple truth. She reached the center of the square with a few bounds and cried out loud, "What are you standing around for?" and started wiggling rigorously. Wiggle isn't the exact word. I couldn't find a better one. It looked silly and funny that I couldn't resist laughing. She noticed it. Hey, Simeon! I pretended I couldn't hear her. Stop pretending! Come over here! I kept ignoring her. The pioneers slowly realized that they weren't too sexy for this party and started to dance. It looked really silly from my point of view, shaking one's arms and legs together to the beat of a long-forgotten hit. Come on, get real. Of course, I couldn't dance at all, but this thing couldn't be called a dance either. Hey, Simeon, what are you sitting there for? Don't you want to dance? I was so deep in thought I hadn't even noticed Slavia. Not really. Are you sure? She smiled. Maybe later. Damn, what am I even doing here? One more invitation to dance and would be completely ruining my pride. I started to think about appropriate excuse to leave, and this was looking for the moment to do so when I saw Lena. She was slowly heading my way. Maybe we should go. Where to? I was so immersed by my thoughts that I didn't really get what she meant. To the infirmary. What if you want to stay here and dance? I doubt she was going to dance. Lena stood aside the whole evening. Nah, I'll pass. Let's go. At least I won't have to stand here like a shy nerd. Seriously, trying to conceal myself in the corner wasn't very pleasant. A bull in a china shop would be more agile on the dance floor. I didn't have the slightest intention of dancing in the first place. Shall we go to the infirmary? Lena brought me out of my thoughts. We'd just been near the canteen for some time. Yeah, sure, thank you. What for? She looked at me in surprise. Well, for getting me out of there. I shouldn't have told her that dancing was not my thing. It's, you know, so boring there. Seems to me you didn't like dancing. There was not a trace of sarcasm on her truthful, yet even childlike face. She seems she really doesn't understand. Yeah, don't like it at all, and I'm not into it.
Me too. No one ever invites me to dance.
Lena blushed and stared at the ground as usual. Strange?
What's strange?
Well, that no one ever invites you.
You think so?
Again, she looked at me with an expression of surprise and a lack of understanding. I got confused and couldn't find out what to say in return right away. Yes, certainly. If I like dancing, I would have invited you for sure.
Oh, thanks.
We didn't say a word for the rest of the way. Lena obviously felt too confused by my awkward compliment, and I just didn't know what topic to choose for a conversation. It was completely dark by that time, and the gloomy building of the infirmary covered in night mist looked strongly like a haunted house. I felt a strong desire to turn around and walk away without making any noise. I threw a quick glance at Lena and noticed that she looked just like usual, shy, modest, uncertain, but not in any way scared. It just made me even more uncomfortable. It can't be that she is not scared while I... Suddenly an owl hooted nearby and I shivered. Lena seemed either not to hear it or not to pay attention to it, or just not scared by it at all. I hardly could believe the third option, but I didn't want to ask her about it, giving away my own fear. I entered the infirmary and found the switch in the dark. Will the nurse come later?
She won't come.
Okay, she won't come, understood. Wait a second. What do you mean she won't come? I see. It is not that I'm afraid to be alone with Lena, indoors, at night, with no one around. Only in movies does something happen under such circumstances. It is just that I am with Lena and not with Uliana or Slaviana. And it seriously changed my attitude toward things happening.
There are the boxes.
She pointed out at the messy stack of boxes. There were about a dozen of them. It would take much more than a few minutes of work. I put one of the boxes on the table before me and started to take the contents out. There were bandages, lots of packs of bandages.
Here, take this.
Lena gave me a piece of paper. There were some fields, and I quickly realized that I should put my name in the left and description in the middle, if there is one, and the quantity on the right. It's not a database, but it'll do. The work started in full swing.
7.
What? I looked at Lena. She was staring at me for a couple of moments, seemingly making up her mind to do so or say something, but then lowered her gaze again.
No, never mind.
It was physically hard for me to just sit without saying a word. However, I didn't dare speak first, not only because I didn't think of a good topic for conversation, but that I was just a feeling shy. This girl could easily be embarrassed by anything.
Semyon,
Yes?
are you counting them all over again?
Indeed, I started to take out and put into the database the bandages I had already counted.